Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Coffee. And guess what? Not a Glock. Woo! Why am I doing a video Coffee and not a Glock? Well, because there's a lot of people jumping ship from the Glock camp. Let's talk about some alternates, because I personally don't own an actual factory Glock pistol. It's not because I hate them. It's not because I hate Glock. I could give two shits. I'm just going to go over some of my choices that I choose to spend my money on rather than a Glock. But I will admit the Glock 48 would be an alternate for my carry in place of. You're going to find out soon, very soon, what my actual carry is. And then you'll understand why I would actually replace it with a Glock 48. So, like, comment, subscribe, get ready to get butthurt, get in the comments and tell me Glock is awesome and I'm a retard. That's fine. We all have our opinions. Maybe something I say or something you say in the comments might help somebody to make an educated decision on their next firearm purchase. And with that, let's do this. Alrighty, so the Glock 19 is a very popular carry gun, but I don't carry a Glock 19. My preference is actually a Shield 2.0 in 45 ACP. Why is this my choice? Because it's my choice. I like the ergonomics of it. I like the shortened slide. Yes, it is in 45 ACP. That's my choice. You can get it in 9. So right out of the gate, obviously I'm not carrying a Glock 19, and that's okay. Not everybody has to carry a Glock 19, and I think this is where some people have gotten a little bit off kilter maybe. Glock is definitely pretty much the #1 most popular handgun. It's kind of like Budweiser beer. Everybody can say Bud or Budweiser, but they really don't know why. They're just drinking it because everybody else at the bar is drinking it. Therefore, a lot of people have just purchased the Glock 19 and then found that maybe they don't like it. And that's fine. That's not a hit on Glock. Some people like Michelob. Some people like regular Coors. Shit, some people like PBR. So, the first alternate choice for me in place of a Glock 19, obviously, Shield 2.0, 45 ACP. Yeah, I'm shooting 45 ACP. That's my choice. And just like that, through the magic of editing and camera remotes, we're back. The next option would be my choice in place of a Glock 45. Ooh, controversy is coming. This would also be my choice in place of the 19X. Now, this is obviously the Walther PDP Pro Compact. Everybody's argument for the 45 and the 19X is capacity. Capacity, capacity, capacity. 18 rounds, flared magwell, upgraded trigger, optics ready, threaded barrel. Now, am I saying the Glock 19X is a trash pistol? No, it's just not my choice. I actually like the way this pistol forms to the cup of my hand. So that's my choice for the Glock 45 19X MOS threaded barrel alternate, the Walther PDP. And hopefully this doesn't upset, screw that, I don't care who it upsets. As a dealer, it's not my job to make you buy a pistol. Third replacement option for the Glock 19 is going to be an alternate Glock 19 Gen 3 premise. And I'm going to explain that because here's where hypocrisy gets deep. And then I'm going to change it up a little bit. So this is a grit grip Glock 19 Gen 3 style frame. M81 Woodland. Has a ledge much like a gas pedal. But that's pretty much where it stops. The grip angle is different than the Glock. Very aggressively stippled. Very aggressively undercut. And then topping her off is a nice Sora slide Grey Ghost Precision Threaded Barrel, Wilson Combat Internals. Okay, but wait, I thought I said I didn't care for the Glock. True. This is not a Glock, it is based on a Glock, but it gives me the things that I like. It gives me that different grip angle, gives me that optics cut slide without using an MOS plate, and I just like it. Okay, now why would I put this together? Well, I put this together as a shop example. This is also the shop pistol. This is the one that nobody gets to see until somebody gets to see it for the first and the last time. Okay, this just goes to prove that there's other options out there that you can do yourself in place of a Glock. Cool. But wait, what's going to be the last one? Stay tuned. Okay, if you made it this far, you made it to my #1 alternate choice in place of a Glock 19 pistol, the CZ-P10C. Okay, well, a little bit of history on the P10C, and it'll kind of explain why I like it in place of a Glock 19. Grip angle is different, very aggressively stippled, nice undercut. This one is not optics ready. This one actually came to me about 5 years ago, and I really didn't know anything about it. But when I started shooting it, I came to really like it. A lot of premises of the Glock 19 are actually in the CZ. Takedowns very, it's the same. But you've got your ambidextrous controls. Also fits in numerous Glock 19 holsters, not Safariland, not Blackhawk. Ones that are specifically 100% molded for the 19, it's not compatible with, but a lot of other Glock 19 holsters. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is just a few of my alternates for the Glock 19. So, with everybody getting very humdrum on Glock, that's fine. Probably going to do another video where we're going to play devil's advocate with the Glock issue, or what's going on with Glock. You take these off so that I don't inadvertently stream. So I'm out here in the desert. Yeah, I'm shooting a paper target, I'm shooting a steel target. I'm also getting a little bit of transition practice, bumping between targets for a steel challenge. So my main premise is, rather than getting upset, look for alternates. And then also realize that there are other alternates out there other than just the Glock platform. I have nothing against Glock. I'm actually a stocking dealer. Are they my pistol of choice? Not primarily. But on the other hand, I can honestly say that if I were going to carry a Glock every day, it would probably be the 48. I like the fact that technically it's a skinny 19. Yeah, you could upgrade your 10-round mags. Some people are having issues with that, some people are not. I like the premise that it's not really any much bigger than my 2.0 Shield in 45. It gives me that alternate carry. So today's video is because I had a handful of people in person. Hey, would you buy a Glock? How many Glocks do you have? Since you're talking about Glocks, it sounds like you're just a Glock fanboy. No, what I wanted to do was just bring to light the information that I could get from Glock without a rant or a rave. Same thing today. This is not to diss on Glock. It's just to show that there's lots of other alternates out there. So that's it for today's edition of Coffee and Not A Glock. I'm going to go back to shooting. I think it's time to get that Walther PDP back out. That is a heck of a pistol.